Welcome back to Junkyard Joust. I am your announcer, Aaron Yonda, and we have got the lineup for you tonight in this third qualifier. Can you spot the two infamous vehicles from last season? Well, I think you might recognize Forklift, but the one you probably don't recognize is Winnebago. Winnebago, the controversial vehicle from last season, is back in a brand new form on a brand new team, Winnebago Warpath. And they are out for vengeance. In fact, Winnebago has been completely remodeled, as you can see, courtesy of AJ's performance tuning and rod throwing. Winnebago is now armored and bigger than ever, 147 grams. And Winnebago's got some huge new friends, the Chieftain, 190 grams, and something about that thing reminds me of zombies. I don't know what it is. The 1968 Dodge D100, 100 grams. The Mbx Motorhome, 89 grams, the smallest of this group. And finally, the Condor 2, weighing in at 203 grams. This is the biggest thing that will have ever gone down the track in Junkyard Joust. And look who else is back. It's Forklift, and he's brought his own team this time, Forklift and Friends, and they want a shot at the title. Featuring, of course, Forklift, Ford box truck at 73 grams, a garbage truck at 68 grams, Toe Jam, 41 grams, and Rocket Oil at 124 grams. The Quick and the Querulous, sponsored by DEADMAXX's War Machines and Inflatable Furniture. Relax, we got this. With the 69 Camaro, the Nissan Skyline GTR, the 70 Monte Carlo, the 67 Custom Mustang, and the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. Headed up by their leader, the notorious Baby Cookie, it's Cookie's Crime Syndicate, sponsored by Swedenborg's Smorgasbord. Fueling your day on a sandwich and a dream. And it wouldn't be a crime syndicate without some slimy-looking cars. This is the Ooze Coupe. Look at the back of that car. Purple Passion, a car with a low back that isn't purple. And of course, the Diaper Dragger, driven by Baby Cookie. Also featuring the Tail Dragger and Fast Cash, car that looks like a bank vault. Next up is Say SWAT, a team of all SWAT vehicles, featuring Unit 606, the Whistle Wagon, Armored Truck, Road Raider, and the Madison Police Van. The first two teams to lose all of their cars are eliminated, and the three remaining teams will go on to the Junkyard Joust tournament. Each team sends down one car at a time. The running order has been randomly decided, but the teams get to decide which car to send down. And it looks like Winnebago Warpath is going to send down the D100 first. Sponsored by Too Cheap For You, Joey Gold. At the end of last season, Winnebago decided to kick everyone off the team and form a brand new team of all Winnebagos. Forklift was not happy about this and decided to form his own team, and I get the distinct feeling that Rocket Oil here was put on the team specifically to show Winnebago a thing or two. Rocket Oil sponsored by Regal Radio. Rocket Oil slams into the Dodge, and the ramp on the back of that thing could be a factor, although there's two little metal nubs there, and we'll see how those come into play with the Skyline GTR, who is up next for Quick and Querulous. The GTR slams into the back, the nubs stop any sort of ramp action and actually push the car off the track in a really perilous position. That is true vulnerability right there. That Skyline is in big trouble right now because unit number 606, sponsored by Mr. Strathholm, is up. 606 smashes the Skyline off the track upside down, almost starts to climb up on Rocket Oil. He can kind of get over those nubs because of the big tires on that SWAT vehicle.
It's me, little baby Cookie.
Next up, it's the notorious Baby Cookie with Diaper Dragger, sponsored by Judy Collins for Cookie's Crime Syndicate. Now, I know Cookie is a naughty baby, but I'm not seeing any sort of seatbelts or anything in there. This looks dangerous.
Cookie!
Oh my goodness! Baby Cookie goes flying up into the air, jettisoned from her own vehicle, and lands over on the side. It looks like she's okay. She actually kind of stood up there, and I think she loves this. I think she loves the craziness. Speaking of craziness, remember Winnebago last season? Well, look at Winnebago now. That is a completely changed vehicle, made for utter devastation. Let's see what happens. The Diaper Dragger is just tossed off the track. Look at it fly all the way over into the tires, and it flips around. I think it might have landed in a way that will still qualify as upright. Meanwhile, Winnebago in kind of an iffy position there on Rocket Oil. And up next is the fairly heavy 68-gram garbage truck, sponsored by Julie and Nathan Richardson. Oof! Garbage truck just flops off the edge of the track and is done, but look at Winnebago right now. Big vehicle wants to stay on the track, and that's not what Winnebago is doing right now. And we've got a fast car up next. It's the Porsche for quick and querulous. A huge hit from the Porsche, and Winnebago goes up, upside down, slides off, and falls to the side. That was a huge takedown, and Forklift has to be smiling right now. Rocket Oil really worked to their advantage to take out the big boy, Winnebago. And now Road Raider's up for Say SWAT. Road Raider hits the Porsche. Not a big surprise there that the Porsche would go off the track, but Road Raider also drove off the track from the impact, so that's a bit disappointing. Cookie's Crime Syndicate's gonna send down the Ooze Coupe. I'm getting a serious creature from the Black Lagoon vibe here, but it's a slightly lighter car, and it is set up now for maximum devastation. If you're here to see cars fly, well, get your hat on because it's about to happen. Oh man, bad luck for Winnebago Warpath. The Condor 2, sponsored by Woeful Fiber Art, is up next. This will not be good. Oh, no, it wasn't. Look at that thing just jump up in the air. It's like already bouncing on the track, and it bounces off the back. It didn't even need much, and just drives straight into the ditch. Winnebago's learning that big is not necessarily better here. Take a look at this thing. It's 203 grams. It barely even fits on the track. In fact, I think it was kind of driving on the side of the track. And now the brave little Forklift is up for Forklift and Friends, sponsored by Nathan and Julie Richardson. Forklift hits the Ooze Coupe and goes flying off to the left. This is a big disappointment. Forklift fans know that usually Forklift lands up in the front and lands upright. That's a move that's been sort of patented by Forklift. A little bit of a failure on Forklift's part that time. Next up is the 69 Camaro. Camaro takes a flying leap at... What was that? He jumps off the edge, doesn't look good, and then hits the back where Forklift usually lands and sort of jiggles himself into position. That was crazy. Wow, an amazing stunt there. Let's see what the Whistle Wagon from Say SWAT has. The wagon goes hurtling past every other vehicle up to the front of the crates, but cannot pull off any sort of spectacular recovery, although that was spectacular. He really took flight there and lands, almost got back upright, but couldn't manage it. Now up for the Crime Syndicate, it is Fast Cash, who's gonna be hitting the jump of his own teammate. Let's see what happens. Fast Cash pulls it off, launches off the back of Ooze Coupe, hits the Dodge, flips upside down, lands, turns upright, and just drives off like it was nothing. I wonder if Baby Cookie was on the sidelines there coaching Fast Cash to do that. Next up, it's the Mbx Motorhome, the smallest of the Winnebagos at 89 grams, sponsored by the Birmingham Cardboard Slingers. And the motorhome goes airborne, but recovers, an amazing recovery, and look at this. Ooze Coupe was pushed up and off the back of Rocket Oil. So Ooze Coupe is in danger here, and the motorhome recovered. And now the Ford box truck has a chance to take the Ooze Coupe out and limit the danger on the track, and he does just that. Ooze Coupe, in fact, sent hurling all over everyone, upside down and probably out. And unfortunately for the box truck, he's also upside down right now. Let's see if the 67 Custom Mustang can do any damage to him. And yep, he puts him solidly upside down off the track and sits there behind Rocket Oil. That was a great hit. Now it's the Madison Police Van, sponsored by Wayland Enterprises International. The police van boots the Mustang off the track and sideways and probably out of this qualifier. Now we've got Purple Passion, a teal car with a very low back. This car could be trouble. And it's not gonna be this time. It bounces off the police van and just heads off the track to safety, so that car is coming back for the next round. Now up for Winnebago Warpath, it's the Chieftain at 190 grams, sponsored by Emo Dingo. That thing is beat up, almost looks like it's been through some sort of apocalypse. And boom, that was a huge hit. The Chieftain crunches into that line of vehicles and finally loosens a couple of them up. They've been locked in there for a long time, but Rocket Oil's not going anywhere. Now up for Forklift and Friends, it's Toe Jam, sponsored by Judy Collins. Toe Jam muscles underneath the Chieftain and starts to push him over the edge. Wow, those chairs did didn't fall off. They must be nailed on there pretty solidly. This is not a good position for the Chieftain. Let's see what happens when the 70 Monte Carlo hits the track. The Monte Carlo just annihilates Toe Jam and also knocks Chieftain off the track. Pretty much unrecoverable in that position. And another tough break for Winnebago and Forklift. 2 cars lost in that one hit. And now up his armored truck. Pretty light armored truck at 34 grams. He slams the Monte Carlo forward and pushes the Winnebago a little bit farther off. And we're down to our final car of this round. Tail Dragger for Cookie's Crime Syndicate. That's a mean looking car. He clobbers the armored truck. That truck is done, just like round 1 is done. Look at the devastation on the field. That is a lot of cars that are sideways or upside down. In fact, there have been 15 eliminations. That is a ton. Hit the hardest are Forklift and Friends and Say SWAT with only 1 vehicle remaining for round 2. Cookie's Crime Syndicate is sitting pretty. They only lost Ooze Coop, although that was a big loss for their team. Take a quick look at the scoreboard here. Cookie's Crime Syndicate's doing great with 4 points. Quick and Querulous and Winnebago Warpath are both at 2. Say SWAT and Forklift and Friends are the most in danger this round. They need to keep their 1 car alive. Purple Passion's gonna start us off here. That car has a low back. Let's see if it could be a threat, similar to how the Ooze Coop was a threat. He takes his position up at the front, and here comes the Camaro for Quick and Querulous. They have 2 cars left. The Camaro hits the back, blops off, and falls upside down, and Purple Passion is sideways, so that's not going to be very effective if you want a ramp situation. Winnebago's going to send down the Dodge D100, and they're going to smash that Purple Passion. And indeed they did. Purple Passion is upside down off the track. That is a great elimination for them. They needed to do some damage to Cookie's team, and that they did. Now the Madison police van's gonna take a crack. Van Dam, there goes the Winnebago off the side of the track and a little bit over. I don't think he's coming back from that. That was a great hit from that police van. Now the heavy rocket oil is going to take to the track and try to do the same thing they did last time. And a massive collision there with rocket oil, pushing the police van up on the top ropes, so to speak. And the police van is perched precariously.
What am I doing here?
Oh, I think Baby Cookie might have a little amnesia from that last trip down the track. Let's see what she gets up to this time. This is gonna be wild. And Cookie goes flying up in the air. Oh my goodness, that is so high, up into the sky, flipping over and over, probably at least 5 times. If I'm not mistaken, did Cookie just land that jump like some sort of baby gymnast? I think she was on her feet when she hit the ground. Let's take a closer look at this. She's going down, flip, 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 and right there, she is on the ground, feet first. She landed that jump. That is insanity. Oh boy, that was wild. Well, the Monte Carlo's up next. Monte Carlo puts the diaper dragger on its side and also goes on its side. And the Quick and the Querulous are in danger right here because that is their final car. If that doesn't get put back upright by the Mbx Motorhome, then they're in big trouble. And it didn't. In fact, it just got tossed over the top of rocket oil, lands upside down, and is done. Oh, and on his way, he actually hits the police van and knocks it off the track sideways, which means Say SWAT is effectively out of this match. And so are both of the Quick and Querulous cars. Baby Cookie's in danger here a little bit if Fast Cash gets messed up, which he didn't right there. He actually locks it in quite nicely behind the Mbx Motorhome, but there's 1 car left. It's the Tail Dragger, and if it takes out Fast Cash, you're talking about 3 teams are out. Then we're gonna have to go to the points to see who wins this. But a solid hit there from Tail Dragger and a nice locking in on the track. That's gonna keep the Crime Syndicate in business. And it looks like there's just 4 cars left this round, and they're all on the track, which means that this round has been decided. Cookie's Crime Syndicate, Forklift and Friends, and Winnebago Warpath all have vehicles left. Let's take a look at the score. The Crime Syndicate is up to 8, Winnebago's at 4, and Forklift and Friends at 3. It was brutal and it was brash, but now we've got 3 more teams that are moving on to the Junkyard Joust main event. Along with these 6 other teams, we've got a bunch of qualifiers left, and I hope you've been enjoying this. If there's somebody you know that you think might enjoy a team or a car sponsorship, head over to the Junkyard Joust Patreon now and get it for them as a gift for this holiday season. I'm Aaron Yonda. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time.